McGahn to testify in its obstruction of justice investigation. And Barr has said there is no obstruction, but the House is looking into it. The president did not claim executive privilege when McGahn spoke to the special counsel. Is the president going to try to block McGahn from testifying before Congress? Is he going to try to assert executive privilege?
Executive privilege is always an option. It's always on the table. But Don McGahn has already talked under oath for 30 hours. And this is just presidential harassment.
So he is going to, is he going to block McGahn?
I didn't say that. I said it's his right. But those who are subpoenaing different individuals are trying to push aside the fact that we have an entire Mueller investigation that lasted 22 months, cost about $30 million. That is the expansive, somewhat expensive, definitive, and conclusive investigation. No crime was charged. No indictment was referred.
Whoa.
And if
there were lots of crimes charged, just not against President Trump.
Oh, come on. That was supposed to be the big fish here. I think this entire investigation, as your graphic said for 2 years.
His national security advisor, his campaign chairman, his deputy campaign chairman, his former fixer and White House campaign advisor, George Papadopoulos. No, not the president.
I've never met George Papadopoulos.
You said no crimes were charged.
No.
Three people and entities
that had already happened before the Mueller report, and you know that. So let's not pretend that the Mueller report
part of the Mueller investigation.
Did not land like a big thud and was not excruciatingly disappointing for many people who were hoping that Mueller would finish the job.
I'm sure it was. But I'm just saying, you said there were no charges, no criminal charges.
No, I like page 2 of volume 1, where they're talking about Russian interference in the election, but they talk about how it was unaided by the Trump campaign and unsuccessful in influencing the election result. You've got Hillary Clinton.
True. They also said that the campaign expected that it would help them electorally.
Not the campaign I ran to a successful conclusion. I would never have talked to a Russian knowingly, and I was talking to people in.
Yeah, but people that were in the campaign talked to Russians knowingly, not you, but people in the campaign.
Well, I think that's important, and not Donald Trump, and not a lot of folks who are still close to him.
No, but Jared Kushner and Donald Trump Jr. and Paul Manafort.
But again, that's all in the Mueller report.
Right.
And what is the result of that? No crime, no criminal conspiracy, no collusion, no help from the Russians that amounted to anything. So I think people are upset with Mueller and his investigators, people who are banking on them to do their partisan bidding. And Mr. Mueller, as you've all held him up, nonpartisan, conclusive, and the Mueller report makes very clear that, including with Don McGahn's testimony, that this president and his administration never obstructed, impeded, or interfered with the Mueller investigation whatsoever.
That's not at all what he says.
He said that they were able to do, the Department of Justice
he
felt
said he wouldn't.
That's
not true about
that is what the Barr memo says, that they were able to do
that they wouldn't charge the sitting president because they're going by the OLC memo.
I think they're upset with Mueller that Mueller didn't interview the president, that only one question.
Mueller very clearly, even according to Republican lawyers, conservative Republican lawyers, kicked this to Congress to discuss whether or not there was obstruction.
There's a comment.
You're right. There was no criminal conspiracy proven. Absolutely 100%.
That's more than a footnote.
And I'll say it a million times.
Pretty big conclusion.
But what you just said about obstruction
is not accurate. They didn't kick it to Congress. They commented about separation of powers. Congress doesn't have to take this up. They want to take it up because they want to do impeachment on infrastructure. They want to drag the presidency down, not drug pricing. He brought up Congress. Because he knows that this Congress would be hungry anyway to try to relitigate and reinvestigate. Look, they have a decision to make. Where's the public appetite, or indeed the political currency?
The public, according to the latest poll I saw, and then we have to go, is they do not want the president to be impeached, and they also think the president lied. And Kellyanne Conway, I'm afraid.
And he didn't. And so, and he submitted to answering questions. And I think people are upset with Mueller that he ended the investigation when
written answers on
didn't
one
interview the president, didn't charge a crime, and people had promised, including on your network days before, that there would be criminal conspiracy collusion.
Okay, Kellyanne Conway, thank you so much. We always appreciate it. My next guest is a Democratic 2020 candidate who says some of his Democratic